You'll never build a deck the other way now, Dumpy.
Hopefully I'll never build a deck again.
What's your goal for today?
This has been a big project. Obviously, if you've been watching the channel for a while, you know we're no strangers to big projects, but this might be the biggest one we've done. Good morning. I have lost track of how many days and hours we've spent building this deck. 86?
It's day 86.
Day 86 of this deck project, but we're moving right along. So what Todd and I are doing while Dumpy is getting the stairs on the other side, that way it's safer for us to get up and down when we actually start cladding the deck in, but I'm getting ahead of myself. We need to continue putting this membrane glue everywhere so we can put the joist guard on. It's just such an important step. If I had to have my time back, what we would have done is when we put the beams down, I would have put the glue and then the joist guard on top, but truthfully, none of us knew that we were supposed to do that because it's not called beam guard, it's called joist guard. It should be called...
I don't know who Joyce is.
It should be called joist and beam guard, but if you ever build a deck, see all those little pieces down there? Make sure you put the glue and the membrane on top because really when you think about it, if this top deck doesn't rot and then the bottom deck does rot, well the top deck has to come off anyway, so.
I'm sure we could find a way to jack her up, put some blocking underneath and keep her going.
Hey, that's not a bad idea.
We got a lot of roles to play, but we can choose what we are taking on today.
So rather than boring you with the hours and hours of work it was applying that glue and doing all the joist guard, we officially got it done, which is awesome. We also just got these boards dropped off. I just opened them up and ran a couple down to Todd and Dumpy. They want to get started on the picture framing. So that's really the first step before we can even start laying all the deck boards is getting our border. We love the look of picture frame decks. Yes, it's extra work, but I just think it adds like a higher end element to it. So it's definitely worth the time. But we decided to go with cedar boards. In last week's video, so many of you suggested that we go with composite. However, there is a reason we decided to go with cedar. So when you build a deck, you really only have three main options. So pressure treated deck boards, cedar, or composite deck boards. And really there are pros and cons to all of them. Pressure treated is so much more affordable than any of the other options. Cedar is just that timeless beauty, it's gorgeous. And then composite, the highest end of the levels, it's very, very maintenance free. It will last forever, allegedly. However, it is so expensive. It was 5.5 times more expensive to do composite than cedar, which is just mind-blowing versus going from cedar to pressure treated, it wasn't even double. So I personally think it is totally worth it. And the thing about this deck, we mentioned last week, we really want it to have that indoor-outdoor feel. So as soon as we open the doors, we walk out and it feels like flooring. Real wood is gonna give us that feeling versus composite. The other big downside of composite versus cedar is it's a saltwater pool that we're putting in. As you probably know, cedar is used for marinas and wharfs, and really, I don't know, the whole composite thing really kind of makes me nervous. I've heard so many horror stories about how hot it is on your feet, and what happens if we spend all of that money and put it down and then it ends up sun fading, or I don't know. There's just a million things that could go wrong where this, if in 25 years we have to replace it, so be it, but we're gonna take care of it. Anyway, that's my little ramble and justification on why we went with cedar. I'm gonna keep lifting down these boards and we're gonna get building this deck.
What do you think?
I can't get over it.
Yeah, I'm just slowly walking across the joist still. We got this section done.
This is so much work, you guys.
So much work, but it looks good. Look at this.
Yeah, I'm really, really happy, but we're about to get a thunderstorm, so we're stopping a little early for the day.
Yeah, we actually ended just in time. There's some big drops starting to come, and every so often there's thunder, so.
So cool.
And it smells so good.
Yeah, going with cedar was a really, really good decision.
Yeah.
I'm really, really happy with how it's coming together.
Yeah, it took a bit. Like, we had to get into a groove, but
Yeah.
I think tomorrow when we start up again, it'll be pretty good. Like, Dumpy doing the cuts, and you and I were starting to get in a groove of how those fasteners work.
Yeah, it feels like it's gonna pour, hey?
Oh yeah, I may not even need to go shower. I should just stand outside for a little bit.
Look at the little runway we got here.
Like, I wish I had my pumps.
Tomorrow. There's always tomorrow. All right, you guys, we're gonna go clean up and get out of this rain before it pours.
It's coming.
See you in the morning. I'm actually really glad that we started the deck yesterday. I feel like we have such a system now.
These 3 boards went on quicker than those 4.
Exactly. We could start a decking business.
Nope. If we build in like October, November, sure.
Yeah, seasonal dependent only.
Yeah. Once the summer hits, sorry.
Yeah, we're off.
We're running the ice cream shop. Look, we caught up to you.
It's looking good.
It is looking good. Look, he's gonna go real fucking fast now. He's gonna start running.
I'm gonna get to 3 or 4 rows ahead.
Yeah. That's what we get for opening our mouth.
Oh, geez, you did.
Just gotta distract him more. How they seeming? We keeping straight?
Yeah, they look pretty good.
Pretty good.
Good enough.
All I have left is this little section here. The deck's coming along really nicely too. Looks good. See how sticky this stuff is? I'm so glad that I'm almost done. It's been like 2 days of sticking.
After dinner, we'll get it over as far as the tower, and we'll call it a day.
Yeah, maybe not even all the way down. We'll just get as far as the boards run.
No, we gotta get it all the way down. We'll do 4 more rows after dinner.
All right, so now that we're a couple rows into the deck,
And officially laying on my deck, just barely.
do you notice anything different about the deck now that we're going?
It's so cool.
You know how in last week's video we were talking about wanting it to be indoor-outdoor space? So that's why we've been using these specialty tools that clamp onto the board, and it allows us to put the special screws that you have to buy to go with it into the side. So all the screw holes are actually in the side of the board instead of on the top, so it looks more like a hardwood floor.
Yeah, and to be clear, this is not sponsored. This is actually really awful to work with.
Oh yeah.
I don't know that I would recommend it quite yet. We'll let you know later, but I think it's worth the extra work of doing this. We want it to feel like hardwood, and not only that, but it will last longer, because imagine a deck that's filled with screw holes. Whenever it rains or snows or anything, all that moisture goes right into the surface and then just works its way through, which makes your deck boards rot faster, where this allegedly, because it goes in through the sides, it won't do that.
I don't know. We may have fallen for a sales gimmick, but at the end of the
Dumpy
day,
wants no part of it.
oh yeah, Dumpy is.
We're on our own for this.
He's doing the cuts. We're laying the boards. But that's okay. It works out well.
We should
It's-
keep going.
Yeah, I do like it though. One good thing about the tool is we don't have to worry about the spacing. When we were doing the roof deck and the deck over at the
True.
lake, we had to put nails in all along. But this actually, it looks kind of like a stapler, but it clamps the board in here. So we have the perfect spacing the whole way along, which is pretty cool, I think.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Friggin' expensive. $80 for one of these. We did buy 3 though, because it makes it go way faster, I read online, so.
yeah, and we have to replace the entire deck over at the lake next year. So this is really just our practice round at deck building, and we'll get to reuse these again.
All right, let's keep building, guys.
I will go with you. Watch the ocean kiss the moon.
Don't fall in.
Yeah, that'd be gross to fall in there.
Yeah.
Geez, you're getting good at that.
Practice makes perfect. Rinse and repeat.
Something.
The rinse sounds good, the repeat not so much.
Come on.
Tyler took the boys over to the river for a swim, and I stayed back because I had my therapy session, and that's thanks to the sponsor of today's video, BetterHelp. BetterHelp is an online therapy platform that connects you with a licensed therapist, and it could not be easier to get started. What I love about BetterHelp is the ability to do video chats, phone calls, or even message your therapist in between your sessions. I just love it. And what my absolute favorite part is the fact that I've been able to change my therapist several times over the past few years without any fees. Why this is important is because what I'm trying to get out of therapy has changed. I've been growing and changing as a person over the past few years, and I think it's healthy to want to change your therapist and work on something different. I can't say enough good things about it, and I really think that it can help you as well. If you want to try BetterHelp, head over to betterhelp.com/Tyler Todd and use the promo code Tyler Todd to save 10% off your first month subscription. Anyway, now that I've had my session, I'm just feeling so refreshed and recharged, and I think the only thing missing is joining those 3 over there for a swim, so I'm gonna get going.
They are having an absolute blast. Oh,
Hey,
thought you were an animal.
I can be. I could have worn my grizzly outfit.
Have a good session?
Yeah, it was really good.
The boys are having a good session too. Oh, you wore sneakers?
I never thought. I guess I'm just in deck build mode.
Why didn't you call? I could have picked you up in Ruby.
This exercise is good.
Yeah.
Worked my mind, now I worked my body. Okay, no splashing. You know the rules, no splashing.
Go play, boys.
Oh. This is my rock.
Oh, one of these nights, honey, you and I, we're gonna float up to heaven in the deep blue sky. We're gonna look down on creation, you and I. So if you wanna make it rain, you make it pour. You started flying toward the sun, you wanted more.
A little trip to the river. It's so overgrown here.
It is. Look at the berries on it. I should eat some to find out
Oh,
what kind.
wow. Look at that. I think we got a dead mouse in the fence.
It's so gross. Like it just baked in the sun.
Baked.
Only one I need, you're the only one. I get amped up, I can't get enough. I'm always running like a madman, hitting like a
Look at Duncan trying to show us up already. We don't know if we're getting faster or if you're going slower because you feel bad for us.
Oh, I'm just in coach mode today. You guys are getting better.
Getting there.
Yeah, we've done 6.
Yeah, but that's like...
Did we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah.
That's not bad.
That's a big portion though when you think of the overall.
6 more and you'll be
That's 12.
past half.
Yeah.
And then 6 more after that. And then...
Once we get there, it's going to be a fucking cakewalk though. That's what I'm excited for. Like the
What, down there?
sections.
Oh yeah. Another day at it, making some really good progress.
Yeah.
This is a big project, you guys.
Oh, it's definitely big. It's slow going.
Yeah.
But
we were just talking, it's 6 days of this, so.
But we're actually quite excited because we're working our way into this little shaded section. Mm-hmm. So we'll have a little reprieve from the sun and the heat.
Yeah, I do think though, those screws are worth it, even though it adds a lot of time.
Yeah.
Do you think it's worth it?
What's that?
This screwless screws,
Screwless screws?
or whatever they're called, camo screws.
The side screws.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. That looks a lot better than seeing.
Yeah.
You'll never build a deck the other way now, Dumpy.
Hopefully, I never build a deck again.
So does that mean you're not helping us at the lake when we gotta replace that one?
We'll see.
I'm already flying away.
What we could do, like this will be railing all around, right? Like this. Mm-hmm. And then steps down to the fire area. So we build this up 4 feet, becomes a stage for karaoke nights.
Build it up 4 feet.
Like build a stage here.
He wants to build a stage now.
Don't believe them.
You guys aren't invited to my karaoke parties then.
What's your goal for today?
Well, I figured we'd finish this deck
Okay.
now that you're in the shade.
Might as well.
I'll find something else to complain about.
Whew.
It's hot.
Crazy. We literally keep working ourselves into the sun instead of the shade.
It's way too hot. We're done for the day. Got as much done as we can.
It's just right
Day
here.
7 coming right up. Good morning. We are back for another day of building the deck, but we're this close. Look at the front entrance. Like, we're really, really almost there.
Yeah.
I never thought we'd say this, but
I'm excited. Well, it's just like so much easier to get in and out of the house, bring materials in.
Yeah.
Because we're gonna just level out this ramp and we'll be able to just wheel stuff right down.
It's gonna be awesome. I'm really proud of us. This has been a big project. Obviously, if you've been watching the channel for a while, you know we're no strangers to big projects, but this might be the biggest one we've done in I don't know how long.
Also, the heat just like zapped us constant. Like,
Yeah.
So tired.
Yeah, but
It's good. It's worth it.
yeah, I think the no screws, I know we said this already, but it was such a great decision. It looks really good, really clean. It looks almost like flooring instead of decking. I'm really happy with it. We're getting so good at this that we don't even need to talk. We just like have a system.
It works.
It does work well. It's getting close now.
Good.
Yep.
Sweating yet?
Yep.
So close.
Yeah. Hey, I just want to be done.
I know. Did you think it was gonna be this long?
I don't know. I didn't really have expectations. I mean, we still have to do all the skirting and the handrails and stairs down over there.
Oh yeah.
I think the stairs need to wait till we get the rest of the fill moved in.
How many more weeks is that gonna be?
I would say at least 52.
We're never gonna move in here.
No. But, you know what? It's good from a property tax perspective because it's not an occupiable house, so you can't tax us as high.
Sorry.
Sorry, Mr. Taxman.
Last one.
Well, we'd never get here. Looks good.
You happy?
Yeah. Looks really good. I am honestly so blown away with how this deck turned out. Like, unbelievable. I can't believe that this is ours. Like, still a little giddy about it, but we're not done yet because we need to skirt around the bottom of it.
I totally understand why, like, skirting, often people just like miss it, but Dumpy made a really good point. It's really comes down to energy efficiency. If the wind just like blew underneath the container, that's where a lot of the cold is in the winters in the wind. So
yeah, but what we didn't want to do is like that lattice look underneath because one, it's not really going to give much of a wind break, and two, we just don't like the look of it.
It's so 90s.
Yeah, so he had a good idea of using the deck boards, and that's what we're going to skirt all around it with, which I think is going to look pretty good. Don't you? Right?
Yeah. It's just like, oh my God. Like, how many more days is this going to be? We've got to skirt it all, then we've got to put a protectant on it, and the railing, and the stairs, and...
Well, Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither was this place.
No, I'm feeling it though. But we're going to get as much done as we can. It's getting late afternoon here, so we're just going to get right to it, and...
Yeah, let's get going.
I can get 3 pieces out of a 16-footer.
We got quite a bit. Like, I'd say we don't really need to start stepping up till about here.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll continue cutting it.
Do you want me to like hold them in place while you pack?
Yeah, just kind of bring them down.
Nailed them in.
Oh yeah, actually I see we're starting to hit ground.
Yeah, I think it'll be fine.
You think we're good?
I think we're okay there for any more?
Should be.
We can always shorten them if we need to.
Well folks, that's a wrap on the deck build, or it's gonna have to be for now. As you probably know, we post a new video every Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern on our channel, and if we didn't stop, there wouldn't be a video today. So
Yeah, and we probably would have moved right onto the water slide.
yeah. Honestly though, the whole skirting of it all, like, we have a few months until winter rolls in, so...
Yeah, it's kind of a nice project for, you know, like a day where we don't have something else, or we want to, something gets frustrating, and we can switch and pick away at it, which is kind of nice. But I'm just standing here in awe of how this turned out, because for so long we have been envisioning this in our head, but it is literally exactly what we wanted with the indoor-outdoor. Like, I'm outside, I'm inside, I'm outside, I'm inside. Like, it's just so cool.
Yeah, you can really see like the vision of what we've been working towards for so long. But before we give you the tour, I did quickly want to say, if you enjoyed this video at all, make sure you give us a thumbs up, leave some love in the comments down below. And apparently this is the most important thing. Copy and paste this link, send this video to someone by email, Facebook, Instagram. It's what all the kids are doing, so.
Yeah, we're over here doing backflips trying to figure out the algorithm when all along we could have just been emailing it.
What do you think? Ready for the full tour?
Yeah, but I think we should start at the front door
Yeah.
as like, so we're gonna like get you ready for when you come over for the pool party. What are you thinking, boys?
They're sleeping in the shade.
So, you'll come down this way. We will bring the ground level to height here, so it's just like an easy access in. It's like accessible. And then it comes this way around. So imagine you're coming over to go swimming and you've got your cooler on wheels. You wheel it down the ramp onto the deck. You can just park it right here so it's in the shade and your ice isn't gonna melt too quickly.
Also, just to be clear, there is going to be rail so you don't fall off, but it'll be another video.
Well, we still need to do the landscaping and get the tractor back in here, and that's asking for a piece of glass to get broken, so that's a project down the road. But you come this way and we'll have some loungers there. We've got the hot tub side, the pool side. We'll have our dining table here with a barbecue, and then over here is where we're gonna have like a wraparound couch, and it's just gonna be so great and so many views of the forest. I love it.
I absolutely love it. I think it works so well with the space, and then to be able to go right back.
Like, gotta grab something in the kitchen.
That's the kitchen.
And right here is the island. So if we're having a big party, like, you just put all the food out on the island. People can come in, you know, walk around it, go back out in the pool.
Hopefully now you guys can see the vision, because I know a lot of you have thought that we've just been absolutely insane off of a rocker for the last few years.
And we have been, but we've been working towards something productive.
Yeah, honestly though, I do think that searching for the silver linings and really keeping a positive attitude throughout this process, because there have been so many setbacks, makes this moment feel, I don't know, like richer or like just more full. Like it's just everything that I knew that it would be. It's exciting. So
Yeah. I like to think that my gray hair, every time I get a new gray hair, it's a new silver lining we found from a setback on the project.
Yeah, well, my beard's going gray, so I don't know what that means, but
I love it.
anyway.
Do you want to go have some wine?
Yeah,
I'm tired.
Dumpy's coming back in the morning. We are getting started on another major project. Any guesses what it's going to be? It's going to change the house. So.
Yeah, I'm really excited. We're just going to keep working. Just a little hint, we're just going to keep working on the outside and try and finish the entire exterior before the snow falls. So
Yeah,
that's the goal.
Inside it's pretty much ready. Like we're going to be ready for drywall really soon. So
Or we could just leave it like this, throw some cabinets
Yeah,
up, put
why
a
not?
floor down, you know?
it's beautiful the way it is.
Livable. We just need a toilet.
All right, we're just gabbing now. So have a lovely week, and we'll see you Sunday.